the sum of the terms from n plus 2 to nth term is 1 upon r to the power of r to the power n. That is the question I given. I said try at home. Anyone got the answer for this one? Yes or no? Yeah, Dhruv only said no. That means everyone else, others got the answers. Abhirop, why are you absent the classes? Last two classes you didn't attend. Last class? Okay. So let's first they said that show that the ratio of sum of first n terms of a GP to the sum of the terms from n plus 1th term to 2nth term is 1 by r to the power of n. So first let me write the formula for nth term of a sum of n terms of a GP. So this is Sn formula. So Sn formula is a into 1 minus r to the power of n upon 1 minus. This was the formula for sum of n terms of a GP. Thing they said is sum from n plus 1th term, n plus 1th term to 2n terms. If I add these numbers n plus 1th term to 2n plus 1, sorry, 2n terms, then I have to find the ratio of Sn upon the ratio of this value upon the ratio of sum of these values. Can anyone tell me from n plus 1th term to 2n terms, how many terms will be there in total? Number of terms will be from n plus 1 to 2n. The number of terms will be, or can I say it will have only n terms? From n plus 1th term to 2n term, there will be total n terms will be there. Will you agree, everyone? Because total 2n terms, I have to start from n plus 1th term. So before n plus 1th term, I already had n terms. So from n plus 1th term to 2n terms, total I have. So here you can write here, total n terms will be there. So I take an plus 1 to an. Let me write here. So we are going with a different approach instead of subtracting on all. So my new GP here will be an plus 1, then it will be an plus 2 till an plus 2 will continue till I reach a 2a. So these are the terms from n plus 1th term to 2n terms. So again here you will have only n terms, still it will form a GP only. Okay. So in this GP also my common ratio is going to be R only, because these belongs to the same GP as the first n terms. So the ratio will remain same. For this GP also, if I take from an plus 1, an plus 2 till an, there are total n terms will be there. And here my first term, that is a value, is going to be an plus 1. This is my first term, and the common ratio is going to be R only, because even if I consider from an plus 1, an plus 2 and so on an, these are also the belongs to the same GP as first n terms belongs to. So So the common ratio will be same. Now again I'll find sum of n terms of a GP of n terms of a GP, where my first term is going to be an plus 1. So let me insert the equation here. So the same formula, but in place of a, I will have an plus 1, because here my first term is going to be an plus 1. Sorry, for this GP, an plus 1 into the same will come 1 minus r to the power of n upon 1 minus r. So this is going to be 1 minus r. Why I am taking here the same term 1 minus r to the power of n? Because the common ratio will be same as first n terms, and n also will be same, because from an plus 1 to a2n I will have n terms. So that's why these terms will remain same, 1 minus r to the power of n upon 1 minus r. Now they ask you to find the ratio. So what ratio you can take? Show that the ratio of first n terms, that is this term upon this term. So let me divide ratio equals to, let me take the fraction. So first term is going to be this one. Sum of first n terms will be given by this formula upon sum of next n terms. Generally we use, yesterday I have given the hint to use sum of next term will be sum of 2n terms minus sum of first n terms. But we can use this way also, because this also forms a GP. Okay. And still it have n term. Now if you simplify this one, both the denominators will get cancelled. That is 1 minus r will get cancelled. 1 minus r to the power of n and 1 minus r to the power of n also will get cancelled. So, and what we left out here is numerator a will be left, and denominator n plus 1 will be left out. These two terms will be left out, rest all will get cancelled, which is equals to numerator I have a only, nothing to do with that term. Denominator is an plus 1. So the formula for an plus 1 is a into r to the power of n. This was the formula of an plus 1. So here a and a will get cancelled. I left out with 1 upon r to the power. Okay, I think this is what they asked you to prove. Okay, 1 upon r to the power of n. Is that clear for everyone? Yes, clear or not? Vivek, you are not attending the class since last 3 days. May I know the reason? Okay. Now, yesterday we left out. Just I'll show you the, because it will take so much time to solve again. This was the 25th question. If A, B, C, D are in GP, plus B square plus C square into B square plus C square plus D square equals to AB plus BC plus CD whole square. Yesterday we tried with LHS and we stuck somewhere. So RHS now. These conditions will remain same. BC equals to AD, B square equals to AC, C square equals to BD. Now if I consider the RHS, let me zoom in. Yeah. You have AB plus BC plus CD whole square. Okay. So what we have done is here, I have taken the RHS. Now what you can using 1, is there anything? Yeah, BC value is replaced with AC. Here I have BC equals to AD. So in place of BC, we replace it as AD. Okay. Now from these two terms, AD plus CD, you can take D common. So I will have A plus C, D into A plus V. So this is something X plus Y whole square formula. So what is the formula of X plus Y whole square? X square, that is AB whole square will come, which is A square B square plus 2AB. Sorry, 2XY will come, that is 2 into X is AB, Y is D into A plus C plus Y square. Y square means D square into A plus C whole square. Now again these terms I will expand, open up all the brackets. This A square B square will come as it is, A square B square. Now this 2ABD will multiply with A and C. So I will get 2A square BD plus 2ABCD plus D square into this A plus C whole square. You can expand with A identity. A square plus 2AC plus C square. Now after that what we have to do is using equation 1 and 2. What is equation 1 and 2? You have BC equals to AD, B square equals to AC. So these two things I'll replace. You see the changes from this step to this below step. Your A square B square is same. 2A square in place of BD I replaced as C square because C square is nothing but BD. So BD value I am replaced as C square. Similarly, here AC into BD is there. So AC into BD also you can replace AC value as B square and BD value as C square. So 2ACBD in this term, I replace it as 2B square C square. Now here you can open up the bracket, D square into A square plus you get 2D square AC. Okay, 2A square, sorry, D square AC. So AC value you can replace again with B square. So it will be 2D square B square will come here and D square C square after opening up the bracket. Now further what they have done is, now we observe the changes from here to here. A square B square, A square B square. This 2A square C square I have written as A square C square plus A square C square. So like something if you have 2x, I can write as x plus x. So similarly, here also 2b square c square. This 2, yeah, here it is 2b square c square term is there. I have written as b square c square plus b square c square. So I split the term. Next, here also 2d square b square is there. So that also I written as d square b square plus d square b square here in the next step. Now what you do is just rearrange the terms from above step to below step and few things will be replaced. So what are the arrangements I do from this step to this step, or what I can do? I think we cannot edit this also. Okay. Look at the terms which I am highlighting. From those terms I can take few things common. Here you have a square b square plus a square c square. Then here you have a square d square. From these three terms you take a square common. So I'll get a square into b square plus c square plus d square. Next terms I have a square c square, b square c square, then d square c square. From these three terms you take c square common. So I'll get this step, c square into b square plus c square plus d square. And similarly next three terms if I take b square common, so we'll get this step, b square plus c square d square. Now if you observe this entire equation, each and every term have b square plus c square plus d square as a multiplication. So I can take that b square plus c square plus d square common. Then here from the first term you have a square, from the second term plus b square, from the third term plus c square. Okay, so finally I have a square plus b square plus c square into b square plus c square plus d square. That is our LHS. So yesterday we tried from LHS, we missed some terms to replacement. That's why we struck, didn't get the answer at the end. Is that clear now? Okay, this solution I will send it to you on WhatsApp. You can note it down in our book. Now back to question number 26. Insert two numbers between 3 and 81 so that the resulting sequence is in GP. This is question number 26. This we discuss the formula. What are the numbers are given to us? 3 and 81. So I'll take A value as 3 and B value as 81. So I have to insert two more numbers between this 3 and 81 so that all four numbers, if I take as a sequence, that sequence must be a GP. So what is the formula for R, which we have discussed, derived for R when you discuss about the geometric mean? R equals to B upon A whole to the power of 1 upon n plus 1. B upon A whole to the power 1 upon n plus 1. I don't know how many of you remember this formula. So substitute B value is 81 upon 3, which is 27, whole to the power of 1 upon n is number of terms you are inserting. So here I am inserting 2. So n value is 2, 2 plus 1 is 3. So you have here 27 whole to the power of 1 upon 3. So 27 whole to the power of 1 upon 3 is nothing but 3 only. Cube root of 27, which is 3. So here I got R value as 3. So my required number, I have A value is 3. Next one is AR. That is 3 into 3, which is 9. Then I have AR square. AR square means 3 into B square, which is 27. The next term is AR cube, which is 81. AR cube goes to 81. So my required sequence is 3, 9, 27, and 81. So now you can check this sequence will form a GP or not. 9 upon 3 is 3, 27 upon 9 is also 3, 81 upon 27 is also 3. So hence it forms a GP. Okay. So that is about question number 27. 26. Now if I go to the question number 27, find the value of n. The same question we solved for AP also, but there I think you have a power n plus b power n upon a plus b, something we had in for AP. Okay, find the value of n so that a to the power n plus 1 plus b to the power of n plus 1 upon a power n plus b power n may be the geometric mean of between a and b. So if I take the geometric mean of a and b, which will be same as the given fraction. So let me insert the given fraction. This is question number 27. What is the geometric mean of given two numbers a and b? What is the formula of geometric mean? Anyone? What we discussed the geometric mean formula? Arithmetic mean is a plus b upon 2. What about the geometric mean? No one? Under root AB, right. Geometric mean is under root AB. This is the formula for geometric mean of AB. And they are given geometric mean is, let me copy the things which they are given. A to the power n plus 1 plus b to the power of n plus 1. We have to practice all the algebraic formulas thoroughly. Then only you'll get these questions correctly. A to the power of n plus b to the power of n. B to the power of n. Let me cross check whether I copied it correctly. Yes. So this is what one I have taken from the formula. This is geometric mean as per the formula if I have a and b, and this is the geometric mean which they are given. So both the geometric means must be same because a and b is same. Now what I do is square on both sides. Square on both sides. So if I do square on both the sides, can anyone tell me what I am going to get? Square of root AB is simply AB equals to, here what do I get for this term? So what I do here is, sorry. So one step I write for you the square of the terms. The next step will be clarity. I do square here, it will come as whole square. Here also it will come as square. This term will become a to the power of n plus b to the power of n. Sorry, whole square. I do square on both the sides. This is what I am going to get it. Then next step what you do here is expand with a plus b whole square formula. I know this will be a little bit lengthy. So first term will come as a square plus b square plus 2ab. That was the identity, right? So here a square means what I get? A to the power of n plus 1 whole square. So I can write this as 2n plus 2 as per exponential formulas. Then next one I'll get as b square, that is b to the power 2n plus 2 plus 2ab, 2 into a to the power of n plus 1 into b to the power of n plus 1. So what I do here is I'll do this plus sign, so I'll get multiplication sign. Okay, this is what I'll get after opening the numerator. Now do the opening for denominator, a to the power of 2n. So here I'll get a to the power of 2n, then plus b to the power of 2n. So I'll get here b to the power of 2n plus 2ab, that is 2 times of a to the power of n, b to the power of n. 2 times of a to the power of n, then b to the power of n. Okay. This is what I get after expanding as per the formula. After expansion, do the cross multiplication, that is this denominator term will come to the left hand side and multiply with AB. Each and every term of the denominator multiply with AB. Let's see what I get. AB into a to the power of 2n. So can I write this as a to the power of 2n plus 1 into b as, now b to the power of 2n multiply with ab. So that also will end with b to the power of 2n plus 1 into a. Okay. Plus, now AB will multiply with 2 into a power n, b power n. So what I am going to get is the same term I am to get 2 into a power n plus 1 into b power n plus 1. That's what I am going to get, equals to this numerator term will remain as it is on right hand side. Let me decrease the fonts. Yeah. So this is what I get after transforming the terms from LHS denominator to LHS. Now if you observe carefully, there are terms or like terms where you can get cancelled. So these two terms will get cancelled. Now what you left out on the RHS and LHS is this term will be, let me copy here. This is what we left out in LHS, which is equals to in RHS, you left out with this term. What is it? I'll transform the terms, two terms on the same side, like terms on the same side. So a to the power of 2n plus 1 into b, I'll keep here minus this a to the power of 2n plus 2 will transfer to left hand side. So it equals to this b to the power of 2n plus 2 will remain on RHS only minus b to the power of 2n plus 1 into a will come to right hand side. After transferring, you see what are the things you can take common from both of them. Can anyone tell me on LHS what are the things I can take common? This a into 2 power n plus 1 will get common. And what will left is first term will give me b, second term will left out with a, which is equals to. On the next RHS side, b to the power of 2n plus 1 will get common. Then what we left out here also we left out with b minus a. So on both the sides, your b minus a will get cancelled. Okay. So what we left out with b to the power of n minus 1. Transfer here, no problem. So these are the terms which I left out. If I divide on the same side, so my question is, I have to find the value of n. So it will come as a to the power of this one. Here also it will come, b will come actually. Equals to 1. So next step what we do is, the powers are same. So we can do such a way. Let me use the brackets. So the same term you can write here, it is a upon b to the power 2n plus 1, which is equals to 1 is there. This 1 you can write it as, anyone remember how we can write 1? We can write 1 as a upon b to the power 0. So again I use the exponential formulas, bases are same. So the powers also must be same. That means 2n plus 1 is equals to 0. Therefore, n equals to minus 1 upon 2. So this is the value of n. If I consider n value as minus 1 by 2, the given conditions will be satisfied. Is it clear for everyone? Do you want me to repeat any steps? Yes, students? I want answers from everyone. Based on the exponential formulas, you have to be very clear about those formulas, how to use. Next one, the sum of two numbers is 6 times their geometric mean. Show that the numbers are in the ratio 3 plus 2 root 2 upon 3 minus 2 root 2. The sum of two numbers is 6 times of their geometric mean. Okay, let's see. This is 28th question. They said sum of two numbers. So let two numbers are A and B. These are the two numbers which we considered. Sum of two numbers, that is A plus B, is equals to 6 times their geometric mean. So geometric mean means under root AB. This is what they are given, right? Under root AB. So we may call this as equation number 1. Yes, this is the relation they are given. A plus B equals to 6 times of the geometric mean, which is under root AB. We have to find the ratio of the numbers. Is that so? 28 is show that the numbers are in the ratio. That means if I divide A upon B, my ratio should be 3 plus 2 root 2 upon 3 minus 2 root 2. So to divide A upon B, you need what is A value and what is B value. So to find A and B values, what we do here is, yeah, let me give you the formula which we already used in previous classes, which is A minus B whole square, A minus B whole square is equals to, anyone remember this formula? We used it in the last class. A plus B whole square minus 4 times of AB. 4 times of AB. This was the formula which we used even in the last class. Anyone tell me what we get A plus B whole square value? I know A plus B is 6 times of under root AB. So if I do square on both the sides, because I want A plus B whole square value. So if I do square, how this term is going to change? Square of 6 root AB is going to be, square of 6 is 36. Square of under root AB is going to be simply AB minus 4AB, which is equals to, I think I'll get 32AB. So you have A minus B whole square value as 32AB. So if I want A minus B, means A minus B is equals to, you will get under root 32AB. So under root 32AB you can write as 16 to the, so you can write it as 4 root 2, 4 root 2 into root AB. You can write 4 under root 2AB, but I want to write it as 4 root 2 into root AB. So we have first equation as A plus B equals to 6 root AB. The second equation is A minus B is equals to, you have here this one, 4 root 2 AB. So if I solve these two equations using pair of linear equation which we studied in class 10th, by adding equation 1 and 2, B and minus B will get cancelled. So here you have 2 times of A is equals to 6 root AB. So you have 6 root AB. That's 4 root 2 root AB. Okay. So what I got it. You can take 2 common both the sides and cancel. So if I cancel 2 on both the sides, you have here A equals to, I think root AB will get common. Root AB I'll take it common. So what we left out here is, after taking 2 common, 3 will be left out. Yes, here you left out with 2 root 2. Okay, so this is what you got the value of A. I hope it is clear. I have taken 2 common from both the terms. If I take 2 common, here 3 will be left and here 2 will be left out of 4. I have taken 2 common, it will be 2 root 2. And root AB also I have taken common in RHS. So root AB times 3 plus 2 root 2. Now substitute this a value either in equation 1, either here or here. So I am leaving it as a homework. After substituting, you will get the b value as root ab into root ab times 3 minus 2 root 2. Okay. So I want the ratio of both the numbers. So you have to divide a upon b. So when I divide the ratio, that is a divides b, which is equals to, then I'll get here as, so p will remain as it is. So here you get it as minus sign. Now what happens here is root ab will get cancelled in both numerator and denominator. So my answer is going to be 3 plus 2 root 2 upon 3 minus 2 root 2. So this is what they ask you to prove. Show that the ratio of the two numbers is 3 plus 2 root 2 upon 3 minus 2 root 2. Okay, 3 plus 2 root 2 upon 3 minus 2 root 2. When you do in the notebook, please don't write b value directly here. You have to show those steps also when you're substituting b value either in equation 1 or equation 2. If you want, call this as equation number 2. Okay, you substitute anywhere, you'll get the value of b as it is. Is that clear? Yeah. No, I think time is going to over. Next 29th question I'll give you as homework. A and G be the arithmetic mean and geometric mean respectively between the two positive numbers. Prove that the numbers are, that means, okay, the numbers are a plus or minus under root a plus g into a minus b. So what I do here is a is the arithmetic mean, capital A, and capital G is the geometric mean between two positive numbers. So here also you start the question as let the positive numbers are a and b. These are the two positive numbers. So capital A is given as arithmetic mean. So if I know a and b numbers, so arithmetic mean is given by a plus b upon 2. This is the arithmetic mean from the formula, and capital A they are given as the arithmetic mean. So both the arithmetic means must be same. Next, geometric mean, capital G, that is the given geometric mean. And if I know a and b, the geometric mean is given by under root a b. Okay. So from these two equations, you have to find the value of a and b. So if I simplify the first equation, I'll get a plus b equals to 2 times of a. When I simplify the second equation, I'll get g square is equals to ab. So now you know the a plus b value and you know the ab value. So you have to find a minus b value. So to find a minus b value, I'm going to take the same formula which we used in the previous step. A minus b whole square equals to, okay, use the same formula, substitute here a plus b value as 2a. So I'll get 4a square minus 4ab, 4g square. Then you'll find a minus b value. After finding a minus b value, you know already a plus b value. So solve for small a and solve for small b. Your small a is going to be capital A plus under root a plus g into a minus g. And b value is going to be capital A minus under root a plus b, a plus g into a minus g. Okay. So that is about 29th question. Try it out, you will get easily, not that much different. And 30, 31, 32, you can try to. See, the number of bacteria in a certain culture doubles every hour. That means after 1 hour, whatever the bacteria exists, it will become double. If there were 30 bacteria present in the culture originally, how many bacteria will be present at the end of second hour? Can anyone give me the answer quickly? By the end of second hour, How many bacteria will be there? Initially we have 30. So after completing of 2 hours, how many bacteria will be there? 90, 120. Anyone with 60? Yes, 60, 90, 120. You think 30 is there initially. So 30 after 1 hour or 30 back 0 hour? Initially means yeah, Sahil rectified his answer. Yes, 30 is at 0 hour. That means before you start, it means at the beginning you have 30 bacteria. That is at 0 hours you have 30. So after 1 hour, by the completion of 1 hour, 30 will become 60 by the end of 1 hour. So by the end of 2 hours, so 60 will become 120. So by the end of 2 hours, the number of bacteria will be 120. What about by the end of 4 hours? Any idea? By the end of 480, because by the end of 3 hours, 120 will become double, that is 240. So by the end of 4th hour, 240 will become double, it is 480. So you know the formula now, GP 30, 60, 120, 240, 480 and so on. So they want for the nth hour. So find AN formula. I think it will come 30 into 2 power n. Write out, you will get it. 31 also is similarly about the 500 rupees is deposited in 10 years after its deposit in a bank which pays annual interest rate of 10% compounded annually. I think this question you can solve compounded question. 8th one also, here arithmetic mean is given, sorry, 32 question. Arithmetic mean is given as 8. Geometric mean is given as 5. So arithmetic mean means a plus b by 2 value is 8. Then a plus b value will become 16. The geometric mean value is given as 5. So if I want AB value, so 5 square value is 25. You know the sum of the roots, 16, and you know the product of the roots, which is 25. So the quadratic equation is x square minus 16x plus 25. That is our quadratic equation which you have to find out. Okay. So here we finished our chapter, sorry, 9.3 exercise. Next class we have sum of n terms of the series, some special formulas we have. We'll continue in the next class. Okay.